Thank you. I shall see you tomorrow. These are good travellers. I like speaking to these because they're lovely. Yeah. They got a lot of work to do, you know? Yeah. So where's all these cars come from all of a sudden then? It shouldn't be here. You know. Makes me flaming wonder sometimes. It does, aye. It does. Gets on my flaming nerves. Stray cast. Yeah.